So I told everyone I would show them around the marina and everything that's going on here. We have many boats to choose from. I have no idea what to say right now. We didn't practice this at all. But I know a lot of people are stuck at home and you're bored and you have nothing to do and sitting on Facebook and causing trouble. So maybe we should do something a little more creative. So I'm going to go and look at a few boats with you, and we're going to pick one out and go for a drive. Well, boating, sailing, I guess. I'm not going to sail. Sailboats can be very difficult to work with. They fight you, and you end up going places you don't expect. And I'm not ready for that today. Although it would be fun to do sailboat races with people who don't know how to drive, because it would be really fun to watch. So some of the fun things with Second Life. I'm not sure what that siren was, but hopefully it's nothing major. One of the things with Second Life is you can use teleporters. So here's the teleporter down here that can take us around the marina. But first we're going to use my camera and look around and see. Now here's one boat we could take. This is the Princess 2, lovely one in white, nice yacht. She can go pretty fast, I believe. I haven't taken this one out yet. The boats to my right are actually rentals. So somebody is renting this space. See, rented. And this gentleman here is having some problems in real life with the COVID-19 virus. So I actually gave him a few free weeks because, hey, you know, that's what we do. We help people out. And then we've got a few more rentals down here. We've got the Infinity. And over here is the Nelly, complete with... She has a little welcome aboard mer person. And then we have the Barbie 1. This belongs to my sister. Well, it's not rezzed in yet. There she is, the Barbie 1. Yes, she wanted hot pink. What do you say? Anyway, so those ones we can't take for a spin. But the ones on the right we can. Here's a lovely little sailboat. And they're really cute when they're going, but they can be fun. Maybe we'll get into one of those later. And this one, I was thinking about taking this girl for a spin. I haven't taken her out yet. This is the I think she's an AJ, no, PJ-A2. Very fast, high-speed little boat there. And over here we have a cruiser. This is actually the same boat as we saw at the end where I gave the guy a couple of weeks. It's just a different color. But this one is mine. And over here we have, yes. I have another berth rental here because someone's going to be buying a big yacht and they needed a spot to park it. So I saved them a spot right there. Miss Cutie, I have taken this one around. Maybe goes a little too fast. But several colors available. This is the Mary. And over here's the Predator. Ooh, the Predator. Predator is actually the same boat that the Barbie one is. Just a different color. And then this is the big yacht. We're not taking this guy for a spin. He can't go that fast. Sim crossings can be a little bit of a pain. And I'll tell you what a sim is in a moment. But it does come with a helicopter, and that's hella fun. So we might play with that later as well. There's a lot of things to do here. We're just scratching the surface. So let's use the teleporter, and we're going to hop over and look at some of the sailboats. So all I do is just click on it, and then I go, sailboats. And here we are. Now, we have a few coconut trees here. They're always throwing coconuts at us. And yes, there's a lot of surf noise. I love the surf. If you're going to have water, go big or go home, right? This is actually a golf course. The first hole of the golf course. Extreme water and coconut hazard, I tell everyone. And this is our tee box here. And the hole is on the other side of this palm tree. No cheating, no chipping it across. You have to go all the way over here to make your goal, your golf hole. Okay, so that's the golf course, and here's some of the sailboats. We have a nice catamaran, runs just like a sailboat. It'll fight you every step of the way, but it's fun. And look at these little beauties. They're not completely rezzed in yet. As I said, I'm on wireless, and I don't have the strongest signal, so it's not going to be 100%. It'll take a few minutes for it all to show up nicely. Now here we have, this is a fish feeder. There are fish underwater. We could go and play with the fish right now if we wanted, but maybe we'll just pick a boat and go for a sail. Okay, and over to the right there, the lighthouse and another sailboat. That is another region. It's hosted on another computer, and the two of them connect, and that's called a border. And when you cross the border from one to the other, that can cause some problems. So you always want to go slow when you do that. So I can't actually reach that sailboat from here until I cross over. So let's go back over here to our teleporter, and we'll go look at the boats at the other dock. Hear those coconuts falling. Okay, so we're going to go to the swimming area. The GTX1. This actually belongs to a tenant of the regions that this is located in. But these are also mine. Sailboat here. Now these are mine because I sell them. If you want to buy a boat, you come here and buy one out of these vendors, and you can try the live versions. They're just, to take for a spin. And to find a boat in the vendor, all we do is we find the name. Okay, GTX1. Now this doesn't have all of them. This is the discount vendor, which is good to know if you want to save some money. If you can find it in here, you'll usually find it at a lower price. Let's see if this one's in here. No, he is not in there. So then what we'll do is, no, for one I do know is in here is the Tati, which is we haven't really looked at yet. Tati. And now we get a choice of colors. So we're going to pick silver. See, so there's the boat shows up here. Looks like we have a lost item. I'll fix that later. So that's going to take a moment to show. Textures always take a moment because it actually has to send to your home computer before you can see it. So this is the Tati in silver here. Maybe we should take this one. Yeah, let's take this one. Let's see if we've got it. Oh, here it is on the vendor. So it says on the vendor that it's $5,700 Linden dollars to buy, but when you go to buy it, it's actually less money. This one's $22.50, less than half the price. I really wish you would take those prices off the pictures because it deters a lot of people from buying when there actually aren't as much as they seem. Okay, so in order to sail, all we have to do is right click on the boat, but let's just walk onto it first so we can look at a few things. Now this behind us here is a sim edge. There's nothing on the other side. If you try and sail it, you're just going to bump into an invisible wall and go nowhere. So I put a few rocks and things there to make it look nice. Okay, so here we go. Yeah, I know I'm not the best walker. But this gives you an idea of all the different things you can have on these boats. This one actually has a TV, if you can believe. You can come into a virtual world and watch television, which is kind of crazy because you could just sit at home and do it. But if you have a friend who is from another part of the world, you can sit and watch shows together, which is kind of neat. Does this one have a TV? Oh, I'm on drugs. It's a different one that has a TV. Oh, it's right next door to us. Here we go. There's the TV. And YouTube is usually best to use in world. Okay, so in order to drive the boat, all I have to do is right click on the boat and go drive. And I've got the captain's position, and I'm going to start. The engine started when I sat down, so I don't have to start it. So we'll just ignore that. Now, driving a boat. Pushing the up arrow on your keyboard makes it go faster. It doesn't make it go forward, it just makes it go. You just use your left and right arrow keys to turn. So I'm just going to give it a bit of throttle. Too much, and we'll go too fast when we get to the region crossing. Now I'm going to camera out so you can see some of the animations here. See, it's got a bit of a wake going on. And we'll get up to speed once we get into some open water. And here I am, sitting. Am I sitting properly? No, I'm sitting on. This is the fun thing with Second Life. You never know what your avatar is going to do. She actually has a little animation overrider that's making that happen. So I'm going to open my inventory really quickly and turn that off. We don't need that right now. And the reason they have animation overriders is because the characters themselves walk like stick people out of the box, or they used to. They don't anymore because they finally got smart. but people invented these so it looked more natural when you walked. So here she is trying to drive the boat. We're not going to mess with her position too much. We're more interested in sailing today. So we're going to turn left. I'm going to give her a bit more throttle, 25%. Oh, yes, and I just noticed there is a hot tub in the boat. Several of the boats have hot tubs. And when you get a little more into the game, you can find out some of the other things you can do with these hot tubs. I'm not going to tell you. You'll find that out on your own. Okay, so here we go. I'm going this slow because we're going to cross the border very soon. But as soon as we do, I'm going to speed her up and we'll go for a tour through some of these islands. I'm going to leave all those wave sounds behind. Most of that is on my region. See, now it's telling us we're approaching the region border. Oh yes, and the mini map. It's very helpful for navigating. See, you can see where the waterways are. These little green dots are other people. You never know where they're from. You can see their name if you put your mouse over them, which I've actually hidden from this video. You can't see my cursor. You can even find out a bit about them. You just right click on it and it tells you their profile. I'm not going to perv on them. Oh. But I do need that open for seeing where I can boat. So we've crossed the region border. Let's bring her up to speed. We're going to go 60. There we go. See how fast she's moving now? It's a pretty good clip for a boat. We'll do a spin around the island. And then we're going to head east. We're currently in a tropical region. All the houses, they all match this theme, all tropical versions. You see they've got cute little things here. I better get back to driving. It is possible to crash. And here's something really interesting. If I lose connection and my character goes off-world or crashes, the boat doesn't. It's still here. And if I'm driving, it keeps going. And I've actually had to come and find boats and see where they've ended up and rescue them from all kinds of interesting predicaments. Some of them actually dock themselves quite nicely. I think it's just chance. But I've come in to find some that are sitting at someone's dock and they're quite happily sitting there. I haven't had anyone complain yet, but you know, everyone's on at different times. But you can see all those little green dots. Okay, so we're going to be crossing another region boundary here in a second. You can see on the mini map to my left how the squares change color. So I'm going to actually down arrow and gear down a bit. We do not need to be going full throttle across this region. We can go spinning off world. It's really fun. It's all part of it. You can still hear my surf over here. It is possible to restrict the sounds to your own region. I didn't do that. People can block them out if they don't like the sound. I really like the surf sound. I think it adds to the ambiance. Uh-oh, see, here we go. It may correct itself there. She corrected herself. Region crossings are always fun. And now we're in white sails. So we're going to throttle up just a bit more. Now, when you have friends with you on one of these boats, they can all take a seat. You can have like as many people as there are seats with you on the boat. Go for a spin through these islands. Someone has some strange tropical sounds at their island. Now, this is all unscripted, and I'm sorry if I sound like an idiot. We're just having fun today. And you'll see as things come into view, it's called resing. And so I don't have all the information on my computer yet for some of these things. If I use my camera and get in closer, it shows up faster and makes it load. So we're coming up on another region crossing soon. You'll notice that there are 4 regions here, and we need to be very careful. We only cross from one to another. We don't cross at the corner where all 4 meet. That can cause a lot of problems. Oh, look, there's lots of people home today. A lot of people in the world. They can't go anywhere in real life, so they come in here, right? Hang out with your friends from another country. When we come back to the marina, I'll show you the one house close to the marina has an American and a German living there. So they are a couple. They met in Second Life. And they have an American flag and a German flag out front of their house. It's kind of cute. There we go. Maybe we'll go a bit faster. Let's go up to 60 again. Let's get wild and crazy. Now I have my world settings to always show daylight, but I can show you what region time here is looking like. Use region wind light. Let's see what it does. Okay, so it is daytime. You notice how the water changes? Let's just go for a spin through here. Woohoo! Now between these islands is all public sailing, but if you get up close to the edge, you could run into someone's security and it may kick you out. So mind your business and stick to the waterways. You know, people don't like you just showing up in their house and using their furniture. I know when new players think that that's okay to do, and it actually isn't. Little waterfalls and nice little decks to sit on. I do like the look of the water better in my own wind light settings. But that might be too much fussing around to set it back. So now the regions are starting to change. It's getting a little less tropical and more mixed green. And I think as soon as you cross the border, we're into full green regions. Here we go. And now we are in, no, we're not there yet. Ooh, it's sunset. Okay, we're gonna crash into this island if it won't let me turn. Turn, baby, turn. It is sunset coming up here. So maybe we should sail west so we can see it. We'll just do a spin around this island and then we'll head west. Lots of people home today. So of course it's kind of boring just me, but when you have a friend with you, it gets even more fun. You can get on voice and laugh and carry on, and you know, it's good times. A lot of people don't use their voice in game, they just type, and that's cool, whatever. See, this is what it's like when you type. You just say, hello there. Let's see, where are we? Okay, so it looks like she's going to drift in this island, but she's not really. It'll correct in just a moment. There we go. Like I said, region borders. Ocean of Dreams. This is a really nice sim. I really like this one. Sim, region, they're used interchangeably. And when they say sim, they mean simulator. They don't mean like that game that people used to play, which I've never played. Full disclosure, I don't know anything about it. And I like sailing through so you can see all the different houses and how people have set things up. And these all come decorated. We have an amazing landscaper who decorates all of these for us. But people do their own thing as well. There's the sunset. A lot of people love the sunset in Second Life. I actually prefer sunrise because I'm usually busy doing something and I don't notice sunset till all of a sudden it's dark and I'm like, how come I can't see? So, but the sunrise, you'll be sitting, in the garden or whatnot, and then up it comes and it's so pretty. And there we are. Another border to crash on. You see, now it looks like the boat's floating in the air. That's just another rough crossing. I have noticed some regions are rougher than others. This is one, I call them the Bermuda Triangle sometimes. Never know which one's going to give you a problem. And the first time I went boating through here, I wasn't paying attention. I did hit a three-way juncture and the boat spun around like a top. It was really kind of fun. You can't get hurt. You just log back in again, pick your stuff up, and off you go. Pretty narrow in here. Excuse me. I have a little bit of the virus right now, but I don't have it bad. It's a little Taj Mahal looking place here, hey? Let's take a peek. Oh, isn't that cute? Oh, they've got a nice pool. I like how the sun reflects off the tiles. Okay, we're going to cross the border again. Better pay attention, Nightwind. Now, when I say this is my boat, my marina, it actually belongs to a different character. But I thought it would be better just to come in a character that doesn't have a lot of friends or know a lot of people, so I can just focus on the video and not answering questions. Nightwind is generally my mermaid. She has a mermaid tail and she goes swimming around and stalks people in boats because, hey, why not? There's the sunset. Very narrow channel here. We've got to be careful not to run aground. People do take their Second Life very seriously. I've had people get really mad about someone's security. It's like, it's a game. Calm down. Have fun. Say hi. Say, hey, dude, maybe you should give someone more than 5 seconds to get past your land. It's all good. And look now, you can see the lighthouse is actually doing its thing. Who knew? As I said, I usually always have it set to daylight, so I don't know that the lighthouse actually lights. These regions are actually quite large. I could open the world map when we get back to the marina, and I'll show you how big it is. More tropical to the south here. And this tropical area is a mixed green and sand, but as you go further south, it's just pure sand. So people who want just sand are to the south. I don't like just sand. It makes me itchy. Just looking at it makes me itchy. But a lot of people love it. Here we go. Crossing the border sideways. Okay, we're okay. The sun's going down fast. It's going to be full dark soon. And I'm not the only one who always keeps things on daylight. These people to the left, those are sunbeams that come with the trees. They kind of look silly in the dark, but whatever. If they have it on daylight, they don't know that. Okay, let's cam out a bit so we can see there's our lighthouse doing its thing. It's not mine, actually. It belongs to the people in the next region. I accidentally geared up. Let's gear down a bit. There we go. Now the region to my left coming up, we went by earlier, but we didn't get a really good look at it. isn't quite the same. They're not islands, they're parcels, but there's a river that goes through the middle. It's kind of cute, but my boat is way too big to go through there. I do have a rowboat I could take. The rowboat's kind of funny because yes, you actually get oars and your character rows, and it's funny as heck. This complexity thing you see at the bottom right, this helps people not be causing lag for other people. I try and keep it under 60 if I can. 43 is not bad, 20 is amazing. Some people have, their characters are so complex that your viewer won't even render them. They just show up as purple because they're trying to be way too fancy as far as I'm concerned. Oh, it's their game. They do things as they like, right? And here we go. Heading back to the marina. I only went through a few regions. There's quite a few here. There's our German-American couple up here. That's them. And there's the mouth of the river over here. And as you can see, my boat way too big to go in there. The fun part with these boats is putting them back where you got them from. They do have an automatic mooring feature on the larger boats. The sailboats do not. So we're going to cross the region boundary in just a second. Excuse my coughing. And here we are. This boat crossing. There we are, back in the marina. That was a pretty simple cross. I think it has to do with the amount of complex objects in the region you're going into. So if someone has some really laggy stuff, it is possible. It can cause more difficulty crossing into a region. But the builder of these boats does an amazing job. Okay, I'm gonna gear down.